So yes, we go straight into the conversation. Gifty had joined me in the studio. Gifty, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great. I'm sure the last time we had a good time here,
and
we couldn't wait to have you here again today on a very different issue. An issue bordering on the National Service Scheme. So let's go straight into that. I mean, we know that annually postings are done around this, around this time. So if you were preparing for your national service by now, you would know where you are posted to, and of course you would have been preparing to be posted. What has happened? What has changed this year?
All right, let me say good morning to both our viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
Nothing much has changed. It's just a point of National Service Act is clear that it's only graduates that can do national service.
Okay.
And as far as we still have the final year student in school,
right,
then they can't do national service.
Right.
So we would have to only wait for them to complete, then they can do national service. So what we're doing is we gave them a period of time for them to be able to finish because they had issues of the UTAG strike and other factors that's affected us as an agency. And then when they are done with all of the processes of completion, we can issue it. And I am told that as we are speaking this week, we have almost close to 90% of them completing. So we can now plan to issue postings.
Some are about to start exams actually.
Yes.
But
we have about 90% of them done. Yeah, sure. So at least with a 90% group, you can be able to be rest assured that you can have a good number ready to register and then start the service.
But all of these people have registered on the scheme.
Yes,
they've registered with the scheme already. So how would you know that they have transitioned from being students to graduates? Because some of them may not transition.
So what we do is that the schools bring us their final year's list, and most of them, they do it at the final semester when they know the people that are likely to graduate. And then out of that, we put in, that's the master class list, then we put in through the processes of generating their pins, and then you have to register before you become a prospective national service personnel.
Now, we've heard time and again, people have what we call protocol posting. We've heard this time and again. We've heard about the fact that even if you're posted to a certain place which you are not too much interested in, you could actually go and pay for, reposting. And we have heard allegations of some middlemen who facilitate some of these repostings. I am very happy you are in the studio today so you can respond to, such an allegation that has become a very popular public perception. What would you say to that?
I think it's a cliche. It's I'm tempted to believe even in heaven there may be some few protocols. So obvious
protocols in going to heaven. Goro boys.
No, not girl boys.
Okay.
Really, when we say protocol, what really does that mean? I thought protocol means getting a process done faster.
No, so of course, what we have come to use that word to mean is that this is like a special list, people who have some special treatment. Perhaps they are PEPs, they are politically exposed people, or they are people who have connections in the scheme, in the scheme's hierarchy, and so they're able to determine, we know that some of the national service places are lucrative, really? Because they pay more than what the national service scheme would have paid you. They pay that to the
national service personnel. All right, okay. So it's for instance, as I'm here, then I take the people with me at Zylofon as maybe my protocol.
Exactly.
Because for instance, if right now as we are on air, we get messages, we're getting people put up, and then one of them say, maybe I was posted to so and so, and because of it, can I be assisted to get whatever? And then it passes through the Zylofon platform. If I see it and it's on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, I would pick it up and act on it as the boss of national service.
Okay.
That same way, if you call me and say that there is this challenge of a young man or young woman who would A, B, C, D, E, because of them, cannot be able to go to the place the person is, we would act on it. That same way, if the young man or woman walks into any of our offices and seek for assistance, that because of 1, 2, 3, I can't go to wherever I've been posted, we'll work on it. Because reposting is not a crime
it's a part of the scheme. Right.
So we post people, so after deployment we redeploy, and we keep redeploying as far as we are supposed to. So it's not a matter of special posting, because what really happens is when we are about to post, we have some criteria we look at.
Okay.
The first one is to look at who is sick, who is pregnant, or who is a nursing mother, or who is married.
Right.
So after we serve this group of people, we go to look at who is being sought for by who.
Okay.
And the who I'm talking about, the government institutions, that is, i.e., education sector and health sector. These are the two sectors we look at a lot.
Okay.
When we are done with that one and we satisfied government side, then we come back to looking at the course you did.
Okay.
And where the course would deem you fit to serve.
Okay.
When we look at that, then some other agencies and institutions are going to seek for people. So if there is really anything called special posting,
these are the special
I think this could be special, because really, if, for instance, Zylofon Media is saying that they want specifically Gifty, who went to, let's say, AUCC,
or
who did this course, or GIJ. Right, I know you had GIJ. So maybe yourself who went to GIJ and they are asking for you, then we'll post the person to. So if there is anything called special posting, I think this is really special posting. And aside this criteria, any other thing is the general posting. So people would say, oh, I did this post course, they posted me to this. So the reason is because, like I'm saying, we take care of education sector and then the health sector. The two most important sectors when it comes to we posting at national service. So after we are covered with these sectors, then we can go to the other sectors. And when we are done with it, we do the general posting. So the general posting is just a flip of who we are posting. And anybody that sits in the conference to post do not know the name of the person, because we don't use names. We only put up the NSS numbers and other things, like the way we write university exams.
That's the index number.
It's the index number. So we use the NSS number. So there is no way we know this is even a woman, or this is a man. This is so and so, or that is so and so. So there is no way the whole cliche and the impressions, because really, it's just like when we went to university, we had a lot of perceptions. We went and realized that it was not as it is. And that's the same thing that happens at national service. But like I'm saying, any day, any time, if anybody is supposed to get a repost, we gladly give the person the repost.
On when they have genuine reasons.
I tell people, what is even genuine is relative. So the moment there is any reason that gets you to be reposted, when you come, the onus is on the officer there to look through the issue and say that, yes, this person must be. And our officers are very trained, very professionals, and they know what and who should be reposted. And it's done.
Now, I have this philosophy that before I blame the one the bus stops with, the boss of all of the sector, you should ask the question whether the bosses are aware of some of the things that are happening in the organization they may not be aware of.
Sure.
And I know that people take advantage of the fact that the boss is busy with perhaps strategy and very, strategic decisions, and not the tactical or day-to-day decisions. And they take advantage of that to create their own schemes around the scheme. So I'm asking you, has it ever come to your attention that people actually demand for money from graduates and prospective personnel to repost them to places of their choice? Has it ever come to your attention?
Almost everything. Being the boss of a place, I tell people you are not at a comfort zone. Because you have to make all the decisions administratively, executive, and any other decision that comes. So you are privy to almost everything that happens. And there are so many things that you'll be amazed that sometimes the minutest of them that people don't know, we know, that we know, and we have to make decisions on them. So yes, these things come up. But come to think of it, and I know it's in the media, that police is recruiting. And then we hear people are frauding people out there. How?
Some police officers have been fingered.
This morning I was asking myself how, like police, recruitment, how? But the point is, we are in a human institution where I cannot prevent the people from committing crimes, whether it's in my institution or out of my institution. What I am supposed to do is to mitigate and put strategies to prevent it. That is why we do what we call the campus orientation. So I've been to your campus. I stopped everything I was doing in Accra, moved around Ghana, come to tell you that these are my processes. You're the same person I had trained. You're the same person I had come to speak to. Left messages all over for you. Putting it out there, arresting people and putting them out there. You still decide to give money out. For crying out loud, you ask a criminal as the person doing it. Because I don't see how something we keep saying on every platform, every speaker from national service had been that national service reposting is free. Nobody pays for reposting. Nobody pays for deployment. And if you still decide to pay for deployment, what else am I supposed to do? What I'm supposed to do is to leave it with the security agencies to manage it. But yes, it comes to our knowledge. We investigate a lot of them. I don't have the authority to investigate it. And that agency that does. So we liaise with them, national security, with BNI, with CID, and then we are able to arrest people. We prosecute them. But whether or not it deters is what I can't say. But I think that for a period of time, when we moved a lot more digital, so many of these things had
reducing.
Yeah, had reduced.
So this is a very important message to you who is watching us or listening to us. If you are a prospective personnel, you are only going to be paying someone at your own cost. And like she's saying, you may be the bigger criminal in that particular transaction.
Yeah, because why would you pay? Why would you pay for something that is free?
Yeah.
And
it is just like the network service providers who tell you, don't give out your PIN, your mobile money PIN to anyone. Yeah. But people still give them out.
And it frustrates when even somebody says, "Oh, I was called that the person has sent money to my account." I don't know, but I sent it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the person who is even telling you he works at MTN or works at Vodafone is not able to even tell you where is that, what the language they are even speaking should even clearly deter you from giving your money out to these people. So some of these things, it's more of education. We keep doing them, but whether we like it or not, we still have such people in the
Now, one of the factors that could make this particular practice of paying very rampant would be how cumbersome the process of reposting would be. So if the process is cumbersome, then it means that people create a scheme around it and would then make money. Let me fasten the process for you and all of that. How cumbersome is the process? Walk us through it.
So let's say postings are released and Gifty was posted to GMPC.
Okay, GMPC.
And I don't want GMPC, and I think I would want to come to Zylofon because I want to do radio. All I just have to do is to go to GMPC if I want, and then speak to them and make them understand I want to be reposted.
Okay.
They will just minute on it.
Okay.
Because which is a form of release of me.
Okay.
Now I just take it to the district office or the regional office, and the region will just make sure that I'm posted to the same district, the same region as I was posted to. And then it's forwarded for the IT team to work on. And this doesn't take more than a day.
Do you also need a proof from Zylofon to say they are willing to take you before the process
Not all the time. Not all. If it's a private agency, yes, most of the time, because for private agencies they have some commitments they pay to government. So for them to pay the 20% and also pay you, yes, we ask that. But if it's a government institution, why not? We'll be posting.
Right. So I think the processes are clear. If you have any questions about the processes and all of that, please send in your messages, send in your questions, and I'll post them to Gifty. She's so much poised to answer all of them. Now let's go into the issue of Allowance and the delays in paying allowances. I mean, this morning, come again.
Are there delays?
People are saying the August allowances have still not been paid, and I have read a message that also says
their terminal allowance, their terminal leave allowance.
Yeah, but it is allowance. August. It's supposed to be August.
It's still there is still a clarity. Their terminal leave allowance.
Right. So this year you haven't had any delay in allowances.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Okay, I'm not on the scheme, so I cannot tell unless anyone else. But there's someone here who says that July has delayed.
Not true.
Okay, and now August want to pass July. So I think that the message is not clear as to whether the July has been paid or is delayed.
We don't owe national service allowance. Like I said, we are supposed to be paying the August allowance. And as we speak, I know that Gibbs is preparing to pay. So close of date, latest tomorrow, the last person will be paid.
Okay.
Now we have processes we use to pay.
Okay.
If you don't submit your monthly duty form,
on
you will
time,
not be paid.
Yeah.
Now, at national service, and let me ask this: that if you have to clear yourself for the month you're working by the middle of the month, when would you have to be paid?
At the end of the month, if I do it at the middle of the month.
So if your month, the first day of your month starts from the 16th.
Okay.
Of the month
Then it should be 16th of the following month.
Thank
is
you.
It?
Yeah.
Right.
So do we delay when we pay around 13th?
Well, if that is what the arrangement is, then that's not a delay.
That's the point.
It is just like the military, the
point.
Security.
So the national service personnel submit their monthly duty form middle of the month, but do not think that they must be paid middle of the month.
Okay. So, but that has this clarity.
So much, many times during trainings.
Okay.
Like I say, we keep telling people this. They keep coming back, and you see, it's just a beauty of the fact that I am working. I think that the public controller must pay me. So whether controller likes it or not, I don't care how they pay. We appreciate that. That is why we don't come bantering our national service personnel. But we always will tell them that we would pay. Like I said, at this time, we've sent everything out there. We're supposed to be paying them between today and tomorrow. They should expect their allowances on their East-West cards, and then, fortunate for national service, we'll be done paying this cohorts, awaiting the new cohorts to start paying them.
Is there a way you can perhaps publicize a payment calendar?
We have.
Okay, you have that.
Even on our website.
I see. Well, if you're gonna with it, I have lots of messages. Right, someone is saying no, it's delayed. We still sent it early. I don't know.
Tell the person that I said the person is really a liar, because August nobody was asked to send anything. So you see, these are some of the bits and pieces of the dissets we put in the system, because really we feel that nobody would check what we say. So I keep saying that the police always think that they will check as the people, but really we don't have any military police that checks the police, and that's what is happening. Nobody was asked to return a monthly duty form in August, because by August all of them are home. And really we are only paying August on the assumption that whoever worked in July automatically supposed to go on the terminal leave. So how do you submit your an assessment form when you are on terminal leave? You get it? They submitted, really submission even stopped somewhere in June, because by June we were clear on the people that had done service, because by that time they had started putting in their annual assessment, which is supposed to precede they getting their certificate. And right from there, nobody has submitted a monthly duty form again. But then somebody says, because the person feels nobody's going to check, says, "Oh, we submitted it on time." To who? When?
I mean, that's why you're here. I mean, I am not at the scheme.
I get it. Yeah, it's just. I think, like you said, it's Ghana with it.
Yeah. Anyway, I have some more messages coming in. This one says there are several people taking monies for special posting, and some claim they work directly with the NSS. So, is Gifty saying she's unaware of it, or is she just trying to do PR? Wait, I respond to that. I feel she's diverting the question. In fact, I'm a public relations trained person, and I hate it when you equate PR to deception. That's first point number one. So do not in any way do that. She has responded to that already. She says that they are aware of that. When they come up, they investigate them, and where prosecutions are supposed to be done, that's left off for the police to do. But most importantly, they have told you, the personnel, time and again, that do not pay for reposting. Why would you want to go and pay for reposting if anyone poses as an official of the NSS? Why would you want to pay to them?
You see, the beauty of even the message is this person is telling me to, as he is claiming, that I should go out there and think that my staff is, but he doesn't think that whatever he heard might just be hearsay. These are some of the things that frustrates me.
Right.
That somebody is saying that Gifty should just walk into national service, gather on national service staff and say, you people are taking money from people, but the person do not think that someone too could create a perception. Corey, the fact that I walk to you, if Gifty walks to you and say, I am the boss of national service, you should believe because it is me. But you are dealing with sometimes a faceless person who is claiming to work at national service and can repost for you, often than not take the money and no reposting is done. And you are saying that I should still go and attack my staff for the sake of your own negligence, for the sake of you wanting to commit a crime. I should let everybody become a criminal. Ha!
Right.
We would only take it a step at a time, case by case. When they happen, often than not, a lot of these things had come up. You would sit on the case and see whoever was connected to the crime had no connection with anybody at national service, and that person, the reposting never changed. That is why today the person is walking to national service to say, Kwesi said he works at national service.
If you had changed, you
wouldn't have come.
Right.
And so you would have condoned to this crime, made national service look bad, and today, because you have lost your money, you think that national service should be held for your negligence. No. National service is supposed to be doing a job which we have been mandated to do. Deploy the people, make sure they are out there doing the service back to the nation. Now, that is our job. If anybody decides to commit a crime with someone, we would investigate it by the people that investigate it. We would not stop our mandate to push ourselves into this. No. Because if not, my dear, we are posting 130,000 this year. If out of it, 130,000. If out of 130,000, we are having, let's say, about even 1,000 of them come out to say this, it means that I'll have to halt the process to go look at these people, and when by the time we are done, maybe after December, because some of these people are so clever that you see the numbers and you'll be amazed that you're dealing with someone who claims to be Gift Your Worry. This same person is saying send a mobile money to a number, and the person might have given you some name you've never heard. Sometimes when you connect the mobile money, it will be some village somewhere, and you ask yourself, how could an intelligent elite
who's supposed to be a university or a tertiary graduate,
and this person is the leader of the nation tomorrow? Anyway,
this one says, good morning, madam, I'm proud of you with your outcomes. Please, why is it that the nurses take, the nurses from the training school take higher than those from the universities and those in the private nursing schools? They are all doing the same duration. It is not fair.
All right, so I pay the nurses from the tertiaries.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean the universities. The Ministry of Health and through Ghana Health Service pay the other nurses. So what they do is called rotation.
Okay.
What we do at national service is called national service.
Okay.
So it's the same period. Some crop are doing their rotation, and the rotation is being termed again as national service for them.
Okay.
But then they are paid by two different people.
Okay.
So we pay the nurses.
So you don't know anything about what the Ministry of Health is doing. It's not under your control.
Because what really happened, even as of last year, we ended up paying all of them. Because it's exciting that so those who were paid by Ministry of Health felt that their allowances delay. So what they did was now they have this association that said they want to be paid by national service. They were brought to national service after they realized our allowance. Now they said no, they want to go back to the ministry and wait for their allowance. So yes, that's why. And I think on the fairness, the doctors also doing their service are still paid the same figure.
I see.
Nothing more, nothing less. 59.04.
The medical doctors?
Yes. As far as you're doing service, that is the figure we pay you.
That's okay. I have some more messages coming in. This one says, please, how many days or week does the reposting take?
I can't talk of days or week or hours. For instance, if right now, let's say, if I'm fortunate and I just went into the office and then this is the timings of it and all of them were being bulked to be done, obviously mine may take a minute. If they are taking consents and because of it they have to finish picking the consents, register them before you, because everything that they pick we register them because we have an audit trail. So it's after we are done with our digitization, it's audited. The beauty of digital stuff. So this person must book it, and then it is done.
Right.
So obvious, mine, if I just went as they were about to complete booking, obvious, I would say mine was like a minute or two. You would say yours was like an hour. Somebody would say it was 30 minutes. So it depends on, but there is no way reposting will take more than a day.
Right.
One. Number two, if the last person is not being placed, we do not say we are done with posting. No.
Yeah.
We don't.
Okay.
So the last person must be placed first.
This one says, I have a very big problem. My October and November allowance backlogs are not paid. Meanwhile, I have submitted all the evaluation forms, but they were late due to some hitches. Please ask Gifty if I'll be paid.
No,
at
he
all.
won't be. And I'll tell you why. What they don't know is this, and it's public because now we have the information below. So this is what happens. You registered in October. This person might have complete registration in December. And then after some people are done registering, they decide to pick up the monthly duty forms and submit.
Okay.
Obvious, the one paying you, the one who activates your payment process, which is your district boss, sees it. So the system automatically rejects it.
I see.
Because really, when did you start work to be paid some month?
So you are deemed to start work only when you have registered.
Yes,
when you are done with
registering.
With the registration.
And that's how our system is. And you see, so the more
in fact, I started my national service right after school.
Okay.
So the semester ended, I think, in May.
In May, yeah.
Yeah, and then I started in May because the school needed me. But from May till September when we started, I mean,
you were not paid. Yeah,
no one paid me.
It's when you start in September.
So when you start the registration.
When registration ends, but you see, let's say I registered in Greater Accra, and due to whatever reason I ended up in Western Region. The time you commenced Western Region is when you be paid, because that's your final registration. Because most people would register here, the next second they say mommy is ill, something happened, I have to move here, and then all those processes happen. You cannot authenticate that you are going to work. So you have to be, if really you'd worked and due to real challenge,
you are changing in the middle.
You submit it and put up proofs. National Service will process and will pay you. But we gladly want to pay anybody we are owing.
In fact, that's some good education. This one says, good morning. In fact, we like the way she's handling her position. Keep it up, boss. That's some positive message. They say, when are they releasing the posting? I think we spoke about that.
Them.
Yeah.
I tell people, is it really their business?
They want to know where they are going to.
No, but they would know the moment we release it. But you see, it's like I said, these are things that, for instance, we've made it easier for the national service personnel. The second we release, you get a message that tells where you were posted to. Then you can also log on the portal and see where you were posted to. We do not allow you to print till, let's say, a week, because we would want to still be able to clearly verify if really where you were posted, the way it's spelled and everything is correct. Then we allow people to print out. So they shouldn't bother. The day we do it.
This conversation is generating a lot of interest.
Okay.
Yeah. We are buzzing. I mean, the numbers are buzzing. Messages are coming.
That's beautiful.
This one says, hello, Mr. Noel Nuchugan. Please ask Madam Gifty. They used to pay us every 10th of the next month, but July's allowance came on the 17th of August. Is that a strategy to delay August allowance? When is our August allowance coming in? My name is Gifty Obiniwa, so you have a name.
Oh, Gifty.
Yeah, you
know her?
My
namesake. No, I don't.
Okay, so it says, my name is Gifty Obiniwa. There are rumors that the allowance will be reduced for the National Cathedral.
Not true. Not true.
Right. So no one is doing any such. I don't think anyone has the right to do any such thing.
Because really,
take your money without your consent.
For me, as an appointee of the president, even me, the president will not have the right to be able to deduct money without my consent. If ever there was supposed to be any deduction, it would have come from NASPA, not us. So National Service, one, is not deducting any money. Number two, we cannot deduct money to the National Cathedral. There was a national mosque which was built. We never deducted money. So why the cathedral? Anybody that wants to donate to the cathedral must do it personally and privately
and willingly,
and not from national service.
So no one is deducting anyone's national service
it can't happen.
allowance for the cathedral, and that's not happening. All right. So, well, it says, please, some of us were late in turning to the station, so we were not able to hear the explanation on our posting. Please, could you explain it, Koi? We'll try and put that up again. I'll try and do some conclusion after I'm done with the interview. In fact, our time is up. This one says, please, I want to ask, a friend submitted his July evaluation form within the stipulated time, and it wasn't processed. He didn't receive his allowance. He went to the district office, and they didn't give him a good response. What should be the next step?
I would have to, because, for instance, like I'm saying, this is like a special case. If the person had submitted June, the person would have been in the system. Like I said, after some time, we halted the submission because they were paper. And when we were going paperless and realizing that COVID was spreading, we halted every submission that was through the exchange of any documents to prevent the spread of COVID. So yes, it means that your friend did not submit June and was only trying to submit July to cover up for it. And then again, you see, people sign as supervisors on their behalf.
Right.
The supervisors that sign, for instance, when you come to National Service and we check and we put it in, and then we scrutinize and see that supervisors' signatures have changed. Like we see documents have changed, they've written these, and there's so many signals my staff use to, and when they pick it up, you are flagged. So we are able to clearly resolve that you can be paid. And some of these things happen, and that's why I think some of them had not been paid. But then they should be rest assured, as far as you have a good case, go to the district office, speak to them. And you see, most of them go there and speak to my district officers as if they are speaking to sometimes their own slaves at home. And then these district officers are equally graduates as you, and maybe some of them, what they don't, some of them may even hold PhDs, and the point is that they are working to make you comfortable. So you don't go there and speak to some officer like you're speaking to some slave of yours. And most of the times, I appreciate the fact that out of the stress and frustration, some of them also are not very nice, and we keep training them to make them professional. We've been collaborating with Google and ACCA to always train those people and get them up to be able to act on the task. So please, when you go there, be nice and very polite, so you can enjoy the professionalism that must be around the public service. And that's what we keep telling our national service.
I haven't enjoyed my going to the national service in my days. I mean, the people there would always frown.
When you served on GI, you served at GIJ.
Yes.
Or you were going to Tudu.
Yes.
And that's the Accra Metro.
At the time, no.
They were not nice.
No, they were
but
not
now
nice.
they are.
Well, I hope so.
No, now they are.
If I am done with my national service, can I come back and do another
national
service
is done just once.
Just once. So if I did a diploma and then I go on to
you can't do service.
You can't do your service.
You do service once a lifetime as a person, not on the courses we do.
Okay, that's fine. I wanted to come back and
do service again. Maybe I'd sign it. Maybe you can roll on now.
What will be your concluding remarks?
Right, we are grateful to our national service personnel who just completed. I think that we've had a lot of crash programs, so the way we always thank them had been different, but we believe latest end of today they would receive the allowances, and then we can close the chapter of 2020-2021, awaiting the 2021-2022 cohorts, and we know that they are going to be better. Some of them have still gone through some trainings. While they do their registration, they'll be educated again on the processes we go through, and we believe that their year of service is going to be better than.
So those who are coming, no matter when they'll start, they'll still do the 12 months, correct?
They have to.
They'll still do the 12 months. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you are getting in late.
They shouldn't worry about
other than the calendar
it's the 12
we have
months.
come to be used to.
So they do 11 months work and 1 month terminal.
So the biggest news out of today's conversation, I'm sure to you, is that your allowances will be paid latest tomorrow, and that's according to my guest in the studio. Gifty, I want to say a big thank you for coming into our studio once again and having a very wonderful conversation with
You're
me.
welcome.
Great. Folks, our time is up, unfortunately. I don't know if we have... Mr. Producer, would you give us some 5 minutes to pick some calls? The messages are just a lot. I think I can go to the telephones now and pick the calls quickly.